it's your girl Joe, and I'm back again with another video. So today I'm doing my flawless face routine. It's basically how I do my face makeup every time I do a makeup look and anytime I actually do my makeup. And some of the products I have aren't completely high-end. Most of them are from the drugstore because I think that for certain products like primer and like setting spray and like blush, whatever, you don't need a million different blushes or like a million different highlights. If you have like a few key ones that you use all the time, then like that's all that matters really. Okay, so I want to make sure that like my face and foundation stays on for the longest. I use two primers. I use this e.l.f. hydrating face primer and the Rimmel lasting finish primer, and these are both great primers, and honestly I love them. This is more like a moisturizing, quick, everyday primer, but this is more like if you want your face to be nice and tight, then you use this. I use them both. I always use the e.l.f. one first. I'm gonna use like the Rimmel one because it's a skin perfecting primer, and it really like tightens up your skin the more perfect it looks. And then it's kind of like two go-to foundations that always work wonderful for me and look amazing. I have the Sephora collection one in the color 65, which is dark ebony, and it's a deep color. And then I have the Fenty foundation in 470. But today I'm going to be using the Sephora one because like oh my goodness, guys. Okay, so today I'll be using the Sephora one because you see how like it's almost done. I'm like, I've had this for about give or take 3 years, almost 4, and I want this to be finished. Like, it's still my skin color, but I'm really trying to use my Fenty foundation, which works wonders for my skin. So I think it depends on the person, but the only foundation brush I have is a flat like paintbrush like one, and I don't particularly like that. I feel like it kind of makes my face streaky. So I would say use a little sponge or a beauty blender, and I think this works just as well as the beauty blender, so I use this. Or if you have not a brush like this, because this is a powder brush, but if you have like a steepling foundation brush, I feel like those work really well. I just don't have one at the moment. Don't want to put the foundation all over your face yet because sometimes foundations like to dry and then you can't really blend that out if it does. And don't forget to go down into your neck and kind of like under your chin because you don't want it to look like a whole different color, because usually faces are lighter or darker than the neck. And also blend it into your hairline, not like completely in your hairline so your hair gets dirty, but like kind of like on the base of your edges. And usually after this I find that I like my face how it is, and I don't want to add like any more foundation to it, but for you, if you want like a fuller coverage, then you can. Next is concealer. So I use the LA Girl Pro Concealers because to me they work wonders and I love them. I have almond, which is kind of a little bit too light for me for like highlighting, but I kind of mix it in with dark cocoa. It could be darker for me, but when I went to the drugstore I couldn't find the darkest shade. This is like the darkest shade that they had, so this is what I use, and I improvise, and it works just as well as a contour, even if it's not as dark as it could be. Because I have a big forehead, I don't put too much concealer up on my forehead to highlight that, because even without concealer, I'm just naturally shiny. This is to offset like how yellow it is. Yeah. It's more of a yellow, and my skin tone is pretty neutral. Now I'm just going to take this Flawless Concealer brush and blend underneath my eyes. And now I'm just going to use this oval brush that I have for the contour. And at the top, I'm just going to like pat it. Because, you know, my forehead is super big, so we're trying to make it look smaller, even just a little bit, but you know, I love my big forehead. For the contour, you don't want to just blend it in a straight line because then it doesn't look natural. It looks like super sharp. If you want your cheekbones look super high and natural, you kind of like brush it up into the cheeks because then it looks more realistic. I'm gonna take my Black Radiance Soft Focus Finishing Powder, which I always use, which is a staple for me, and Milk Chocolate Finish, and I'm just gonna concentrate it a little bit under my eyes to kind of set that. And then after that, for the rest of the face, you're just gonna be using this Sephora cream blush. I don't know if they sell these anymore, but this is something I've had for a while, since as long as I had the Sephora foundation. It's in the color Fuchsia Flash. It's more like a, let me swatch this for you guys. It's like a fuchsia. It's really like a hot pink with like a purple undertone. When I use this, I use it in moderation, so it's not like too crazy on me for blush. I use my finger and I just dab it. Sometimes I get this little blush brush and I kind of use it to blend it more and make it look more seamless. I'm gonna use my Strobe and Globe highlight palette by Academy of Color. I'm just gonna swatch it like this on the side of it. Last but not least, for a nice flawless face, you need a great setting spray. I'm currently using the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set Spray, and honestly, I don't get why people spend like 20 bucks on a setting spray. I feel like they honestly all do the same thing. They literally set your makeup. It's really like water. It's literally special water, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with all your friends. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you next time. Bye.
Catch a wave on us. Take a shot, make a friend, just enjoy the moment. I'm Luke Skywalking on these haters. Celebrate every day like a birthday.